Hey guys, I'm Tim.
I'm Caleb.
I'm Bob.
And I'm Spencer.
This is the Board Game Rundown. Today we are going to review Riftforce from One More Time Games. This is straight up a 2-player game, ages 10 and up, plays in about 30 minutes. I would say that 30-minute with teach was pretty accurate, right? Very quick to learn. This is coming out at Gen Con. It will see global release there. This is a very colorful 1v1 where you are drafting what types of elements you're going to use. The elements have cards rated from either a 5, a 6, or a 7. And that's basically their health, but it also does like one other thing. Each element has its own asymmetric power, and then you're going to have a deck. Through drafting, you're going to have a deck of 4 different elements. So you're going to always see different combinations, like every time you play this. And yeah, man, you're going to just... It's really pretty straightforward. Once you've got your hand of 7 cards, you can do 1 of 3 actions. You can play up to 3 elementals from your hand, but they have to either match suit or type, right? So only all 3 air, all 3 earth, heart.
Or all 3 sevens.
Yeah.
Right. Or all the same number.
Right.
So then you can mix the suits, and then you can play them at the same
Adjacently.
site or adjacent sites, right? But they can only play at the same site
Or
all
adjacent.
3 at one,
or
all
all
3
three
at
at
different.
different.
But
Right.
that's
So you can't do 2 in 1.
Correct.
Right. Or you can activate. So you can discard a card, and then you will activate all cards that either match the discarded card's suit or the discarded card's number.
Right.
Up
Well,
to 3.
Up to
Yeah.
3.
Yep.
And you'll activate those. And again, they have different abilities. So you're going to be doing damage to different cards either in the stack. So either the first one's there or the last one's there.
Yep.
Right. And so you're going to, and you might also have abilities that damage adjacent.
Yep.
All kinds of cool stuff there. And then the third action you can do is check and draw. So basically, you're going to check and see if you have sole ownership of any of these territories. So right now, the ice guy here is the only one that would score.
Control something.
So if, let's say Spencer and I are playing, and this is my side and this is Spencer's side, if Spencer checks and draws, he will score for having this. If I check and draw, I would not score. I would only just draw up to your full hand size, which is 7.
And you can only do that if you don't have a full hand. So you
Correct.
can't just continually be scoring because I got this one.
Right.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point. So basically, you're going to pick one of those 3 actions. You're going to do it. It's the other guy's turn.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
Turns are back and forth.
And everything just sort of resolves. You can set up and build your own combos.
You get points for killing off the other monsters. And
Correct. And some, like the magic guy, when you kill a magic guy, because they're really powerful, they give
the opponent gets
the
an
opponent
extra
extra
point
stuff.
for killing something strong.
So there's all kinds of different bonuses hidden in there and extra ways to
Yep.
get victory points.
Yep.
So guys, what did you think of Riftforce?
I think my favorite thing is honestly just the style. I love the art. I love the aesthetic.
Yeah.
It was
Like,
good, yeah.
it just appeals to me on so many levels.
Yeah, the artwork is really good. The colors really pop and vibrant. The card
There's no
quality.
question as to which one is which.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
Wait,
Yeah, so
you?
Bob, actually
Yeah.
our colorblind guy, right?
Yeah, the resident colorblind guy. Yeah.
I mean, now they do have like completely different iconography, which makes stuff pretty.
Yeah, which
even
helps.
better.
But even without that, it's pretty easy to tell which one.
The
is
colors
which.
are all good.
And the symbols.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
symbols are great.
So you've got the icons, but
Yep.
then the colors also.
I like when you stack them up. They offset, so you have a spot to put your damage.
Damage.
You can still see what number value it is, what element it is.
Yeah, and I like that you have your. So you have your. They call them your summoner cards up here. So this shows what all the cards that each faction might have, and it because they all have the same ability regardless of number. You just look up here to reference. So you're not covering up any important information.
Right.
So that's a really nice. That was a.
Yeah.
Until you just said something, that was a design thing that's really smart that I didn't think about.
Yeah.
Right. But again, it never came up like because stuff wasn't
Hidden.
important information was
There are
not
games
being
we've played with cards that stack up like this, and you're like, wait, what did that do? And you have to keep pulling the cards
always
off and
moving
looking.
stuff.
Yeah.
So that's a really smart design. I really like that.
Yep. The player aids are super handy. It breaks down all the 3 actions you can take.
I mean that's
Not that there's
it's
much
super
to the
easy.
rule book either.
It's really
there's only a
easy.
few
Nope.
pages in the rule
Yeah.
book.
it's all
it's
pretty
nice.
straightforward.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
and pretty clear. So, but yeah, guys. Other than that, what are some of your other thoughts? What you got?
I like the way you can combo a lot of the different elements together. Like when Spencer and I were playing, he drafted all of the move people.
Oh,
and
sure.
so he's just all over the board, like moving my guys, moving his guys, doing damage, and I had a hard time, dealing with that because
Sure.
I wasn't ready for it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was neat.
But I mean, you could also, for instance, right here we've got the sun person,
Light. something like
light
that.
person, and a fire person. The fire person is going to do damage to their own ally here if you activate him because he does 3 damage to the other person. But the sun person is going to heal that damage right up, so immediately you have a way to mitigate it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's
there's
the
all
nice
sorts
combos.
of cool little combos you can get in here.
And see, we didn't even see those combos when we were playing.
No, I was total monkey brain. I'm like, ooh, I like that art. Ooh,
Oh,
I
I
like
mean-
that art. Ooh, I like that art.
And this one here has an ability when it's played. None of the others have that ability. So you play it, damages everyone in that row.
Yeah.
And then if he's got ice on here, it's going to do 4 damage instead of just 1 damage because he's damaged the thing. It's really well
Nice.
thought out.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good depth in here. Now you could compare this to Smash Up.
Yeah,
But-
just because you're mixing the different things together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert: I don't really love Smash Up.
Same.
I
It's
should.
okay.
I should love Smash Up
Yeah.
because it has this really fun kind of idea behind it. But this, I had a really good time playing this, and I think I just like the direct combat on either side of the line.
Right.
I was a dummy and gave Caleb the victory. He probably would have won anyways.
Probably.
Like I just shortened it
Yeah.
by a round.
Yeah.
But you guys were still pretty
But our
close.
game was really
Yeah.
close. I made a move to try to do enough damage, and I didn't do all the math ahead of time. So I'm like, this might be enough. It wasn't, and then it gave Caleb the game, which was fine though because I don't feel like there was something I missed. Like, oh, the game didn't explain this well. Like I lost because of my own fault, not because there was a bad rule or just something that I felt was broken. Like I don't feel like anything was broken. We were doing things. But I think everybody kind of has like a broken thing. Like, what? You get to do that? But then at the same time, then you drop something down and it's like your own version of a wrecking ball. And you're like, oh, dang. So,
And even when we played, we were just neck and neck the entire way up until we
Entire
got to
way.
like 10. And then I just was able to eke out a victory at the end.
Sure.
So, yeah, it's very well balanced.
and the game ends when somebody gets to 12, but basically both players get the same amount of turns. So if Spencer's the first player and he ends the game, and I was the second player, I still get one more turn. Now, it may or may not make a difference, and I didn't actually read to see what
yeah,
the
we didn't think
tiebreaker
about
was.
that one.
Yeah, but I couldn't. Oh, I guess I could have tied it up.
That's
Yeah,
true.
you might have been able to cut it up. Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, you
That's
guys
okay.
you guys stretch it out while I look and see if there's a tiebreaker
Yeah.
real quick. Game end. Oh, case of a tie, both of you perform another action and afterwards check and see if there's still a tie. So you basically just go until there's not a tie.
Go play
Just
till
one
there's
up
no
each
time.
other, sudden
Yeah.
death.
Huh.
Yeah,
Right. Oh,
I
that's
like
cool.
it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can dig it. That's a
Yeah.
really good way.
That's a good way to tie break.
And you just have, and the gameplay so fast that I doubt that is
An
going
extra
to
5 minutes is
prolong
gonna-
the
yeah,
game.
yeah.
More than
Yep.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
So okay, guys. So we're gonna rate this. We're gonna go. Normally we just preview
Right.
these sorts of games, but this is coming out at Gen Con. So and we have a full production copy.
Right.
So we're just gonna rate this. So we rate it. We're gonna each give it a number between 1 and 10. Dan does this way more in an interesting
and-
way than I
yeah.
do, but I don't care.
lot more
But we're
eloquent
gonna
than
do
you
is
are.
we're gonna average all of our scores, and we're gonna give you one score that represents the board game rundown score, because we know you're gonna go and check what
Yeah.
we rated it.
Yeah, yeah.
So, guys, what's your score? 1 to 10. So 10 being amazing, I must have this game. 1 being it's Agricola.
We love Agricola.
Wow.
No, actually, like 2 guys here love Agricola.
Yeah.
Bob and I see Agricola
There's
for
better
what it
games.
is.
Yeah.
It is a very well designed game that I hate playing.
Yeah. There you go.
Right?
That's fair.
All
What do you
right.
got, Caleb?
Well, so I guess I can't actually think of anything that it could do better. So for what it is, I would give it a 10. Like, if my qualifications are, what does it do? Is there room for improvement on its base idea and its concepts?
Okay.
The answer I give is no. It do, I
So
think
at a
I-
10, you're gonna buy this game.
yeah.
Okay.
And
no,
it-
that's fine.
a-
I
and
just
and I can see no room for improvement on what it is.
Sure.
Right? There's no mechanic that I don't like. There's nothing that irks me in any way, shape, or form.
sure.
And I don't want to be one of those people who's like, oh, it's an 8. It always could be better, and then not actually come up with anything. So,
Sure.
I honestly cannot think of anything that I dislike about it.
Right on. No, that's great. That's great, Bobby.
Yeah, I like it. I would actually ask if I could go out there and buy it.
You
which is when
did.
we realized it
You
was a
did while we were
$20
playing it.
thing.
Yeah, we're like,
Um,
is this in the store? Like, can I buy this right now?
I'd probably give it an 8. Just to, like Caleb said, there are a couple of things I could think of, like maybe some like other elements or some other like types of abilities that could be added.
Sure.
I
mean, there's room for expansions. That's
exactly.
for sure, right?
Yes, room for expansions. I'm excited to see what where they take it from here. But like I said, it's a game that I would buy. So I would give it an 8.
Yeah. Spencer.
I'm giving it an 8.5.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, it did the job very well. I like the game. The art's beautiful. And it's a good game all around.
Sure.
You're right. It's hard for me to come up with anything particularly negative about it.
One of the things that you did mention while we were playing that I thought would be an improvement would be to see as the number value increases, let the art change a little bit, right?
Yes.
Like the smaller
right.
ones are a little
Things I
bit
had
smaller,
mentioned.
and
The
like
art
the
is
stronger
static,
ones
right?
are
Yeah.
That would be a neat little improvement. But like I said, the art is beautiful.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. The art's great.
Yeah, that's my rating.
Yeah. No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm right there with you. I think it's at 8.5. And the only negative that I see is that it's only 2 players.
That is
true.
It does
I
hurt.
get why it's only 2 players. But it's not the worst thing in the world, right? Because there's definitely times where it's like I've got 2 people, or it's just me and somebody else. We're just gonna play, and we could just play this as a filler game. You know what I mean? And even with teaching, 30 minutes, no problem.
So if we put all those scores into our rundown machine and
we do it up to the point.
it's an 8.75.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
pretty
I
that's,
good.
guess was
pretty
that do we
solid.
round that up to an 8.8?
No,
oh, we'll just
I
leave
don't
it at
remember.
8.75.
Yeah. No, I'm getting the nod over there. That
Right,
we officially rounded up to an 8.8.
8.8.
Yeah,
The official nod off screen.
This is a game though that like I want to have, and I want to see more stuff for it, right?
Yep.
Because I could see some crazy 4-player stuff.
I
Right?
was thinking, what about like a 2v2, right? As long as you're alternating
Yeah.
teams as they play, you could
Right.
be on the same team and
You
kind
could.
of help. Yeah.
You could.
Yep,
Now
yep.
you'd need another set, or you know what I mean. Well,
Or
you need
you
a whole
control
new.
like 2 of the
Sure.
elements or something like that.
It would be interesting to see the Rift make almost like a square or like different shapes.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you've got all these
Ooh.
different fronts now that
Right.
you're
Or
battling
you
on.
could have
Yeah.
each faction could have 2 abilities, and you get to choose which one you do.
Sure.
All sorts of little things. You
I
can
mean,
do,
there's
but-
lots of stuff. I don't know
as
how
it
you.
is, it's
I don't know how you
good
increase the
game.
player count, but that would be a neat thing to do.
Sure.
Clearly, I'm not a game designer, but anyways, these guys knocked it out of the park.
It is
Honestly, One More Time Games. This is really solid, and I'm really glad we had a chance to check it out.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching. This has been Riftforce, and we've been the Board Game Rundown. I've been Tim.
I'm Caleb.
I'm Bob.
I'm Spencer.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks for checking out the Board Game Rundown. If you like what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Share our videos on social media and spread the word. We publish new content weekly, including reviews, unboxing, and Let's Plays. And as always, thanks for watching.